Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Sunday of Sasquatch Secrets. I'm your host, Nikki Colon, and I'm happy you guys can be here. And you might hear like a lot of people out there. My daughter has a bunch of kids here. So, thank you guys for being here. It looks like everybody's coming in steadily. What are we at? Ooh, already at 18 in the chat. Look at that going. I see Finding the Trackway, Sharon, Henry, Sandra, Jen, of course, the Bat Mom, Kevin Harder. Good to see you. What else? So we got Robert Denduven was here quite early. And if I missed you, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. But we're going to be talking about the path of least resistance. That's what I came up for the title of this, but we'll see how this goes. I've been really busy, so I managed to put something together for you guys, but I do have a guest. I might have two, actually, but let's bring on the first. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
I'm such a
Hello, Brent.
Video. Hey, how's it going?
It never gets old for me, though. I love it because
I know. I laugh at it too.
For sure. But thanks for being here. Actually, Eric might be joining us too. He's not sure about his internet. It's been very spotty for him. And but if he can, he's going to jump in as well. So let's see. I'll put us like this. How about this?
Sounds good.
Path of least resistance. So my idea about this came because, of course, I got involved in a thread on social media, on Facebook, and it just went into weird places. And it made me think about how people often take the easiest approach by labeling people as trolls immediately, okay, instead of allowing the debate to happen. You can't, if you are a skeptic or a critical thinker or somebody who's flesh and blood and you question anything, that's when people shut down. A lot of people just shut down and immediately, if you don't believe, then get out. But that's not the issue. I do think something is out there. And that's where this show kind of built off a little bit. But now, before we go on, I do want to send out prayers to all those people who are affected by Hurricane Helene out there. And there's another hurricane on the way getting ready to hit Florida. So please, everybody, be careful out there, and prayers go out to you. Been trying to keep in touch with everybody I know in those areas. And Matt Central Florida Bigfoot is having to brace for this next one coming, but he's got Kentucky and Florida, so he has been trying to watch both his properties there and prepare for, you know, oh, I guess all you can do is just prepare for the worst. I don't know. He's packing up early and trying to make sure everything's safe. So, Matt, I'm thinking about you. Keep in touch with you and stay safe. Just, and Sandra. Yes, Sandra, you're in Well, this next one is more towards you, right, Sandra? I'm not sure. But please, just be cautious if they tell you to leave. Please pay attention to those warnings. So, um, so here we go. This was actually the thread and where it came from. It was in the Sasquatch Highway. And I think I just actually got accepted there. I wasn't even there that long, but I don't see any of my posts anymore. So I think I've already been deleted. But it was a simple question, or all he did was ask, um, half of the people in this group are trolls. And that's what I was like, half the people in here are trolls. If you don't believe or you're not intrigued, why are you in the group? But even from the little time I had been in that group, I hadn't seen where people were, outstandingly saying bad stuff. There were questions, there were conversations, and so I was like, and of course, you start doing the dive and start reading all the comments, and I went and started talking about, well, if this is a group that doesn't like the conversations, then the admins should just start getting rid of people. It's that simple. If it's your group and you don't want that kind of stuff, I am the type that's just, get rid of whoever you don't want there. And I know a lot of people out there don't feel that way. They think the matter of fact, the exact opposite of how I feel, that everybody's entitled to their right to say whatever you want. And you can, but when it's your own site, you're kind of like at their mercy, kind of. But it still didn't make sense, because what they were saying and I can't show you screenshots because when I went back to go get them, they were gone. Okay. So all I can tell you is that I just put, well, it goes both ways. It's not just you guys thinking we're trolls. We probably think, the other end are trolls as well, who immediately attack us. But there were comments like, all, what was it? All, shoot. See, I knew I was going to forget it. All non-believers should just die, and all just really super like negative, like, whoa, that was taking it to the extreme type of comments. And they should all get lost, they should all dump in an ocean, it's just really negative. And I'm like, well, you guys are doing the same thing. You're trolling the other side. So that's where this kind of my whole way of thinking was, why can't we take it further? Why can't we have that debate with people? Why has social media become a battleground? And accusations of trolling is just like, it's normal. It's becoming the norm. If you don't agree with somebody, then you're a troll. And is there some type of path forward for us to, I don't know, to continue a conversation, or just, that's what I try to do on my show, is just have the conversation. If you believe in the paranormal side or the spiritual side, okay, that's fine. I want to see it for myself, but I don't see how me calling you um, ugly or fat or all these other ugly names that get spewed out has anything to do with the conversation. That's just, picking on somebody.
Most people making
But
it personal, not about what's being discussed. It's making it personal because they don't know how to process or have a discussion about what's being talked about. The information that you're bringing forward, the facts, or whatever the case may be, the observation or something. Yeah, people just have a hard time having those discussions. And it's just kind of what it is.
yeah, and I wish it wasn't like that, but not everybody thinks that way, right? Not everybody wants to have those conversations. And maybe it takes more shows like mine to have both sides of the story or show that. And I know even Pat had mentioned, we should do a debate show. We should do this, have two sides. And I think that's a good thing. It's a very you have to be very careful when you do something like that because it does cause a separation, a complete.
Well, you're basically debating opinions. You're not debating facts because there's a
Right,
lack of facts, which is a big one up for the people taking that perspective or that position.
right.
So it's really hard to have a debate in this subject uh, and be, you know, authentic about it, I guess, or to I don't
It's
know.
very
It's
speculative. Nobody is right or wrong at this point, you know?
yeah. It, I don't know. It just seems like uh, just I don't know. It just gets nowhere. I mean, even uh, running across groups like that highway, Sasquatch Highway one, it's just you run across and you realize, well, there's people that don't really want to. They want to believe a certain thing, believe in a certain way, and it's like, well, whatever.
Right,
I'm at the point where it's like, just, yeah, go for it, but don't expect me to believe in it. And if I want to say something about something or make a video about somebody like Paul Freeman or whatever, I'm going to do it. If I'm backing it up with facts, I'm going to do it. But I feel that there's
right.
that opposition of trying to bully me into not doing it and to like hitting me all these different ways and stuff with it. Not just Paul Freeman, but like everybody over the past year or two. It's not because what I'm saying is wrong. It's just because I'm saying something about somebody that they support, like friends with, whatever. Which
Right.
really makes it
And you
difficult
find
to
that with
be in a reason.
a bunch, right? With Mike Patterson, the Sasquatch Ontario, and um what's his name up there in Canada?
Randy Brisson, Sonny
Stan,
Vader,
Standing,
S-
Todd Standing. They
Swan
have
Lake
a lot
Bigfoot.
of followers, a lot of followers, and if he says anything about you and your channel, they will attack. They've been known to go and just dismantle channels. So it is a very touchy situation that happens there for sure. The infighting becomes great, and it's really has taken its toll on some people. um Canada's top 3 hoaxers. um
That'd be a good video right there. Where's that Swan
yeah,
Lake Bigfoot
right.
guy at? Where's he from? Is he
Where is
Canada?
he? I don't know. Where is he from? Where's Swan Lake at, guys? I don't know.
He needs your money though for a new trailer, folks. So
I want
donate
a new
to him.
trailer too.
Yeah, me too, man. Shit, I'll take one.
Shit, I just want enough to pay for StreamYard. Did you see the big old hike? Did you hear about the hike on StreamYard? Holy crap. It
Is
went
it
from
big?
$24.99 to $44.99. And I was like,
Yikes.
dang, that's a big hike. I can see $5 or so, because they have added a lot of new stuff. But that was extreme. I let them know
Here,
too, because they sent out a
here I am.
survey.
Here I am complaining about how Netflix now has ads on my subscription, and you got some like
Oh, yeah, you pay
ridiculous
for that
upgrade. Yeah,
one.
pay for that. But anyway, so
We're gonna
yeah,
always gonna have these different things, right? We're always gonna have the flesh and blood theory, and we're gonna have that paranormal woo side.
yeah.
And I understand that a lot of people out there consider saying woo as being derogatory. A lot of people take that as like derogatory. And I don't even know
Hope
where it
not.
started, but it's been around for a long time.
It
I
first
don't, does
started,
anybody know?
yeah, an academic. It was called. I think it was actually Einstein called it woo-woo science. Was it Einstein? No,
I
he
don't
called it
know. Where did
spooky
it come
science.
from?
But it was science. It comes from that realm where people who
Well, that would be
want to
good
go
to
down
know.
like the quantum physics realm or wherever, called it woo-woo, and so it became woo, which I guess now has, like, the word troll now has a different meaning depending upon your perspective and where you're coming from with it, you know.
And that's where I was trying to go with my comments on there is that what is your definition of troll? Asking questions? I didn't attack you. I didn't make it fun of you. I was
Well, the
just
question
asking
itself was an attack because it challenged what their current perspective of the subject and what they thought of everything. It was challenging them, and people don't like that. They feel it's an attack, and it's like I'm sure everybody's seen that movie, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where they're just like pointing out the bad person, and you are shunned and kicked out of the group, and
yeah,
your existence is removed from everything like it never happened. So that narrative can, and people need that in life, for whatever reason. They want to just focus on what they want to believe in, what they maybe even need to believe in at that time. you know
right.
it's complex, the human psyche and how it relates to communities and beliefs, and this type of system that we're in.
We know a lot of channels out there who aren't on the scientific path. They will wholeheartedly promote those broader ideas and will flat out say that science doesn't matter, you know, that makes no difference to them. And I'm starting to understand a little bit more about that because it's just they're not it's not important. They want to believe that Bigfoot, because they see one print, that they just think the next print has just magically disappeared, that it had to be there, but it's gone. Maybe it went into a portal, into a tree, that there's orbs. Every time there's a Bigfoot, there's an orb. Every time there's a Bigfoot, there's a UFO sighting. These links are just created. To me, it seems um I don't know, made up. There may be some facts there that have kind of gotten jumbled. Maybe there was a UFO and a Bigfoot sighting on the same mountain. That seems plausible. But why would they be together? Right now, the UFO thing has gone crazy, and there are UFOs everywhere now, ever since um, everything that's been has come out recently, and an armada is headed this way, and god know all this stuff is happening. So that is becoming more into the picture of reality for more people. Well, now make they're coming to drop off more Bigfoot. I don't know, whatever they want to say about that, which are it's all stories, it's all encounter stuff, maybe for them, but
Well, I mean, that's
it's
kind of the the result of not having the facts, no real facts to present, no evidence, quality evidence that we can all get behind and stuff. People can kind of come in and create whatever they want, create whatever narrative, uh, you know, and some believe it, some will get there some way, like the UFO Bigfoot connection. Some people will find a connection there of how it got there. But some of the channels that will just talk about anything and everything, like what's that one, the Art Bell one, Coast to Coast.
Coast to coast.
It's all about having people on there, diversity that will bring in people, because why? It's a business and they need the viewers, and what they're offering is a smorgasbord of opportunity to bring in those viewers. And it's all about, at that point, it's all about that. I mean, because like even with the Coast to Coast thing, how he had like bugs on there. You remember bugs? Somebody should like do a
Mhm.
video on that. But but just got to kind of watch out for stuff like that. And I don't know. It's just this subject's like navigating a minefield and rabbit holes, and so you got to watch where you're stepping, every which way you're
Yeah.
going, and 'cause you never know. And there's no real guide to any sort of answers. You're just out there among other people who don't really know, really. And there's those who claim they know, but no real evidence to show that they know. So we're just all out here just trying to do our best. And some people are more, just want to believe what they want to believe, and that's why
Yeah.
they'll delete you and remove you. And I don't know how many groups I got kicked out of before. I just stopped contributing and joining groups. And I think I left most all Bigfoot groups in my personal Facebook page, um, just because it's just not something I really want in my life
Right.
anymore. That
I
type
think
of
the more and
interaction.
more you're looking at stuff, you're like, oh my God, they're like copy and paste groups, because something gets posted and then throughout 15 different groups, it's the same thing. It's just the same post, same everything. It just gets shared instantly between everybody. And I'm at fault for doing that too, because I post my show in a couple of groups, and I know um it gets seen, hopefully. And I don't over post. I post to like 3 different places, and that's about it, because I feel like if somebody wants to share my page, my show or whatever, then I'd rather do that. I'd rather have my followers help me by sharing than me going around and dropping 10 links all over the place, and people are going, what the hell, this is everywhere. Coming from me anyway. If it's other people sharing, it's probably more widely accepted. Patty, thank you so much for doing that. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Patty, for giving those 5 memberships. Appreciate you a lot. But so I've noticed though, in some places like still Reddit, you can still have a pretty decent conversation sometimes. And people are a little bit more on the, I don't know, not accepting, but they'll let you speak your piece more without you getting immediately shunned and banned and knocked out of the group completely. And I can still post in that group, but so it feels like they just removed all my comments because I can't find any of them. So anyway,
Who runs that group? Ouch.
oh,
Who runs?
I sent it to you. Let me look
Oh, did
again.
you?
It is. Hold on, I have to go back to her. Okay, it looks.
God, I hope it's not somebody I
The
know.
moderators are from Vancouver, Washington, Steve Searches, and Sasquatch Highway. It just has their name like that. And then a Ken Learman. Learman. I don't know who they are. It wasn't somebody that I knew. So
Yeah, it's hard to have conversations. I think this also is reflected in society as well. I mean, like not so long ago, we're being called, people are being called Nazis and all that type of different stuff in political discord, and to the point where the word Nazi is like, I don't think that's what that is really meant for. The term is so watered down that anybody that's now in opposition, you can call a Nazi. Now, obviously, that term would probably be used more on Facebook, but it was probably banned, so that's why you don't see it as much. But
Yeah.
troll, it might as well just be like that. So whenever I get called something like that, it's like, just kind of consider the source. The one I was surprised about was being called a bully. I'm like, what? Really, me? Bully? That's weird. But I guess so. People think I'm a bully, which is weird because I think,
Well,
in a way, people bully you into believing certain things about certain people, as far as like Paul Freeman. It's like, oh, you got to believe them. You're wrong about this. The government cover up, like that one dude, man. Like, it's crazy.
oh yeah.
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 So it's like, it's, there's definitely a lot of flavor in this subject, which kind of makes it fun and entertaining at times and frustrating. But yeah.
Sorry, somebody's texting me.
Eric, you out there,
So
buddy?
yeah,
Come on, man. Just hook up
I
on
don't know
your
where
phone,
Eric
bro.
is. I don't know.
Plop it up there, man.
Yeah, get on with your phone. So, okay, so we talked about the forums being a little more easy to get along with, but on the social media platforms, and they're being so, a copycat of each other. And the same people are in the same groups too. You see the same people up on the top thing. And I'm like, well, that's another reason why I don't post to so many. But I still like to go, to do my hunting. What I call hunting is looking for all these outrageous posts of, I do consider it nonsense, and I do show them on here as that because well, that's what I do, right? Is bring it to you so you can tell me, do you agree, do you not agree about some of the stuff that's out there, and whether or not it's real or not, which is going to bring us to, I'm not even going to go through playing all my stuff as normal, because what happened this week? We had a Sasquatch on TMZ said that this was a real Bigfoot video. Yay, we found Bigfoot finally. And you know how many? A lot of people sent me the video saying, look at this, and I was like, that looks like the Jack Link's Bigfoot, I hadn't even researched it yet. And before you know it, it is every feed. If you put in Bigfoot news, that's all it is. Pages from all TMZ, Daily Mail, Vice, all of them, all of the networks, the news, the everything. It's all about this. TMZ put out this Bigfoot thing. But I even have it. I don't know if there's people here who have not seen that, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show it because let's see, which one is it right here? I should probably not play the music though. Hold on. How do I go up here? Okay. So, oops. Okay, nobody text me because they'll see your messages to me. You got it? Okay, so here is the original thing that was released. And without the music, the sensational music, because that'll get me a strike. That's it. That's it. That little bit of feed right there. That was it. Will it replay? Yeah, okay. So, uh-oh. What happened? Are you seeing it?
No.
Moving?
No.
No? Oh,
No,
you see it,
ma'am.
but you see it moving. Why not? That's weird. I see it moving.
Really?
Well, anyway, I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. I'm not gonna but it's a
Is this
short
that commercial? Oh, is that commercial one?
5-second video, not even that much. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's why you're not seeing it. Now do you see it?
Oh yeah, look. There he
Okay.
goes. Jeez.
Yeah.
Waiting 10
Hold
years
on.
for this.
That
Paul
yeah.
Bunyan impression. I'm working on it,
That's
guys.
it.
Working on it.
That's the whole video right there. This one was off of TikTok just because I had seen it from there. But that little bit right there had people in a frenzy that Bigfoot had been discovered. Just crazy, right? To me, it was crazy. Where's the stop share? And
So was it Bigfoot? Can we go home
so
now?
what?
Was it this?
Bigfoot.
Was it?
Even Moneymaker knew it was fake, which was
Oh, did he?
surprising. Yeah,
Wow. Jeez.
even he
He's
caught
throwing it
on
out
to
there.
it. So I was like, whoa, even he knew that it was a costume. And but yeah, so today Bigfoot Head Shop came out and said, "Yo, look, our commercial teaser made
There he
TMZ."
is.
Lawton's local Bigfoot can be found October 19th at the Trunk or Treat, 4 to 6 p.m. Come get your photo opportunity. Special thanks to Emmanuel Alfaro and Blake. Great video, guys, out of Lawton, Oklahoma. So
That's
so
awesome.
crazy.
I bet you they're going to be packed though. I mean, that's good viral, marketing in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, and I think even Meldrum chimed in saying that in other words, even this stupid crazy stuff brings awareness to Bigfoot. That now more people are going to be looking into it, and like you said, it's going to be advertisement for them big time. People are going to want to go see the Bigfoot and all that stuff. So um Grasshopper Jack has a link. He does have a link. Yeah, everybody, it's everywhere, Henry. It blew up very fast within a day or two. It came out. So I
I bet
just
you Robert Kreiter originally thought it was real. Probably posted out
that's
like,
what I
"Oh,
was
check this
trying to
out."
find, were all the people saying that it was real. I wanted to post that up here to show, hey, you better take it back. But it didn't.
I'll
So
probably
so
quickly
yeah,
delete it.
folks, it's right there. It was just a thing. Um, and then you have posts that are just, I don't know. I can't even, their imagination. It's even beyond pareidolia because there's not even pareidolia there. It's just the trees, and then they want to put an outline over it. And of course, I think this one even came with the backstory. This
I
one
think the
just
first
happened.
Bigfoot's missing its head. First picture, it's like
Yeah, the
flat
first one
across,
was,
missing his head. Poor guy.
yeah.
Headless Bigfoot
Well, I
running out
think
there.
yeah, it is a different photo, but I think it's the same photo and he just drew it different. I don't know.
Mm.
October 3rd. So this just happened a few days ago, 3 days ago, in the middle of the afternoon, 2:30. The temperature was 73 degrees, and this was in Viola, Idaho.
Hmm.
So 3,200 feet. Visibility was clear, and he took the pictures with his iPhone. That is more information that we get from most people, I have to say. But people in his comment section were like, excuse me, are you serious or not serious? And he was just making comments like, don't knock it till you know when you know, type of responses back. And then he had these two pictures. I forgot to delete it from the other one. Pictures of elk. Yeah. And he was making the assumption that that was a heel of a foot. Okay.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
Look at the milk duds over there. I bet you thought that was Bigfoot poo, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Without saying
Sounds
it, though,
about
he
right.
was very careful on how he worded it, but
Low key about it. Low key.
yeah. And I'm like, come on. I think most people would know that there's nothing even remotely close to Bigfoot track there. I mean, you see the track. You can see the whole track. So I don't know. I
Well,
didn't
it's just
comment on this, so I just left it. But it's interesting that you can make up whatever you want about anything,
well, yeah, in a
and
subject where there's a huge vacuum for information and facts, so people can do that. And sometimes people are good attention, but just don't have the skill level and all that different stuff to really understand what they're experiencing out there, or
right.
witnessing, or
And that's what
collecting
where it
evidence.
comes to, that if you're really doing this,
Mhm.
why wouldn't you educate yourself on tracks? If you're really out there, that's great. But why would you not know what the poops are out there, or what to look for in elk, deer, at least elk, deer, bear, maybe coyote. So you would have some kind of inkling. Um,
Well, I think the people do, kind of,
Funny
you know,
Henry.
don't have as much evidence. You vet all your stuff out while you're out there, kind of you bring home nothing. So it's like, well, can't show anybody anything, I guess.
Yeah,
There
but
goes
one
my
hoof.
attention seeking thing. Yeah, one hoof.
I'm sure the other ones were there. If that one's clear like that, the other elk prints have to be there. They have to be right there. But I
It's a
know
good
a
size
lot
one
of
too.
people like to hear that. They like to hear how great their evidence is when they put it online. And that's why the majority of the people who do have evidence don't even post the stuff. They keep it to themselves. This one here, this just comes from New Jersey Sasquatch. And I swear I see a little orangutan baby face in there. Do you? You're looking at your phone, aren't you?
Yeah, it's like 2 inches. So it's like I just see a blob of like trees and sticks and maybe a stump, maybe.
Yeah. Um, but there's
Well,
supposedly two Bigfoot in that photo.
oh, cool. Are they
But
cloaked?
this one came with no backstory or anything. Um, and oh, okay. We've got him. We've got him. Hold on. Hey, oh, hold on. I'm in the wrong. Now I got to move us like this. Okay. Hey,
Great.
Eric.
What's up?
What's up? You guys
Good to
hear
see
me?
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I
Hear
did
you
make
loud.
it. I did. Having a little tech issues, but I think we're all good for now. So it's for a little
Oh,
while
great.
at least. Yeah.
For a little one. Yeah. Until you're not.
Yeah.
It took me forever
Yeah.
to get my computer going this morning. It just was not communicating. Um, so I don't know how much you've seen, but the topic was about discussions online and how the accusations of trolling happen right away
Oh
and
yeah.
infighting before you get anywhere, right? And having some type of wanting to go towards a conversation instead of a fight. So we were talking about how the social media has become a battleground, and is there any room for debate anymore? Can you sit there and talk with each other and without getting ugly, without getting nasty? Because it comes down to that on all these social media channels. It's just, or groups, that everybody feels you're a troll if you question anything. And you can say that for both sides.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then right before this, we were talking about this hoax that, well, it was just some guys doing a quick, what do you call it? A commercial for their event that was coming up. And it went viral crazy on the internet, and TMZ took it and put it on their thing saying it was a real Bigfoot. But it was these guys making a promotion for their event.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, I think I saw that photo making the rounds. And yeah, I was thinking AI, but yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I recognize that blonde hair and that costume because it's been used a lot this last year and this year. It's really been used a lot. So we were just talking about some photos that I found online and how you can post anything. You can post anything you want and say whatever you want, and it doesn't matter, right? People want to believe or say they're going to believe.
I don't even know what I'm looking at. Yeah.
How cute, the comments on the section. What do you guys say out there? You guys in the chat. Do you just ignore all the stuff online and like, that's great or not great? I mean, I really want to know, is it something you even are concerned about anymore? Or do you just let it slide now because it's so much? And I'm interested in knowing if that's something you guys do now, or not. Am I the only one who questions? I can't be, because because I know I'm called a troll. Brent's called a bully. What about you, Eric? What's your favorite? What's the
People call
Oh
you,
man,
buddy?
I got some good ones just recently when I posted a thing about Brent's latest expose
yeah.
there, and that thing went on for like 20 replies, and I think the second one was calling me. Well, I'm not gonna say it, but it was calling me a
Yeah.
cat. It was calling me a cat, pretty much, because I guess Brent's a undercover shill or something to that effect, and so I got called that.
Government
I don't
agent.
know why, and yeah,
man?
it was weird. And in my replies to this guy, I never called him outside of his name. I was just telling him, "Oh, look at this, look at that," and then he comes back, "Well, you're a blank because this guy's like a total shill and stuff." And I'm like, "Where did that come from, man? I never said anything derogatory or anything like that." And yeah,
well,
no,
it's really kind of telling that out of those 25 comments there, like only 4 of them were yours. The other ones, you
yeah.
just kind of went off on like these long tangents where it's like, geez, dude.
Right.
Yeah,
What
no,
planet are you on?
that was
But you
something.
look
And
at,
then,
but
yeah,
you look
I
at
try
his
not
other
to. I try
videos.
not to beef with rappers. So yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? Yeah, but if you look at his other videos with comments, if you have the slightest different perspective or disagree with him, even in a nice way, he will go down hard on you, like calling you all, being like as
Yeah,
vulgar as can be, and he's like,
very vulgar.
trying to say he's so intellectual, but it's like, are you? Don't sound like it.
Yeah, he tried to convince me with, I've been on so many podcasts, so I know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, okay, that's a new measurement I haven't heard before. I'm on this many podcasts, so I'm an expert now. That's different.
Yeah, well, he thinks he
grasshopper.
knows, chemtrails and
Yeah.
all.
Brent lives up the road from me, and I avoid him. What's that saying? Wait, I avoid Rick Knoll up the road too. Never mind.
Up the road, man. That's like you got to worry about traffic road too. Yeah, I think you're like in the next city over here, aren't you? Rick Knoll's in the city on the other side of him. Like literally a 30-minute drive. I can see all y'all. Rick, he doesn't get back to me. I think because of that whole Skookum cast thing.
Dr. Johnson, yeah, he was out there recently too. Did you see? That's what I meant to grab, his photos. Have you seen his new photos that came out? Really
No, is it?
super similar to this, but it's him with his arms out, and
No.
supposedly behind him there's some figures like that.
The thing I wonder about Matt Johnson's whole thing is, he has all those like Janu or whatever they are, they're whatever. And so, they're really into healing people, they heal people, they'll heal whatever. But he's like really sick, like not doing the best health wise. And it's like, how come I'm not healing you? And like, you're not like the pillar of health, if that's part of their thing. Makes it kind of weird, huh? Like kind of a
Good
plot
point.
hole in his whole narrative. It's like,
I saw that comment, Kevin. I saw it. There wasn't anything there, it, and
oh, for
people
Matt Johnson?
believe it though. I just can't believe that you're not even seeing it with your own eyes. And if your eyes do see those, that's really, I don't know. I guess
Well,
pareidolia affects people differently.
Well, talking about
That's a
Matt
good point.
Johnson, that whole portal thing was still really kind of interesting, with Adam Davies and John Carlson, how they witnessed that portal open, 2-3 days in a row?
Right.
Heroes
And the
fighting off.
things
They
in
were
the
heroes.
front.
Those pictures must
fighting
be
off the-
amazing.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, they're too busy fighting off the portal demons with the flashlight.
Oh,
So they
oh,
couldn't
so they didn't get any
yeah.
pictures? What? Okay.
No, this was like, yeah, sure they had cell phones, but it's like, how it's like, man, you kids, it's just it's dark, right?
Yeah.
Probably
I wonder if
couldn't
I
get
can
the
find those
pictures, I guess. I don't know.
The old Dino Beaver.
Yeah. Adam Davies
Get the
actually wrote a
camera out
book
in
about
town.
Adam Davies wrote a book about portal things and stuff. I haven't bought it yet, but I'm going to read it and see what that's all about. Because that's a crazy thing. That got me, like, really drug me into the whole Bigfoot thing. Was that whole portal thing? Was that, wow, that's cool. 2 third-party people, having this experience with this guy that claims to have Bigfoot on his property. This was way before like he went really crazy. And yeah, so there was that whole portal thing that really kind of brought me in. Big part of it that brought me in. And then I realized people making the claims, it's like, oh, not the most reliable people.
Man, there's a really good photo out there. Well, it's not a photo, it's illustration somebody made of him and his portal and everything. I was trying to find it. I don't see it anywhere. But it's interesting, to say the least, and the little creatures that are always standing at the little, what did he call them, guardians or something, that were outside the portal.
It's debated on.
I haven't seen this.
Yeah, debated on what they're actually called. Yeah, different people are, like John Carlson has his perspective. He said he saw those demons as a child, so he's bringing it from a religious Catholic perspective. Adam Davies doesn't know, says that they were just like portal demons, and so I don't really know where he stands on it actually. And I think Matt said, oh, wow, I don't even know what Matt said. Matt said probably like part of his Janu or whatever. You're not familiar with that one, Eric?
Dr. Johnson was the guy on Rogan's thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do something. Yeah, I know that dude. Yeah,
like the worst person to like have on to verify Bigfoot's real. It's like,
oh yeah,
all the wrong people.
I'd seen enough. Yeah, I'd seen enough, so I didn't really do a deep dive on him when he said that something walked by and spun him around, and yeah, that's all I needed.
Yeah, no, but so he took Adam Davies and John Carlson up there, and a portal opened, and so that resurrected the whole portal thing in Bigfoot. Bigfootery. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's going to do a video on it.
Yeah, do it.
One of the many.
I've been
One of the many.
enjoying your recent videos, man. They've been good. They've been good stuff to watch.
Yeah, you know, I was surprised so
Except
many
you
people didn't.
spoiled the last one for me.
I know, huh? Sorry, no Bigfoot,
No,
folks.
it's all good.
Yeah, no, I was surprised all the people that didn't know about that first Freeman video. And it's like,
I was very surprised about that. Yeah, it was eye-opening.
like the full copy too.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah, no, that's badass.
Brent
Oh,
put
yeah, there you
out
go.
Rocks on Location that he put out today, and it was really good.
I watched that earlier.
Got the
The
white
way
balance
you
off the very
guys
first
went
half.
about the research part, I thought it was really good that there were that many of you there, number one, you know, so that you could do examples and try to test the theory, and having that little trailer at the very beginning so you knew where you were coming from. You know, this is where this happened. We're going to go check it out. And you were there and you tried to duplicate it, which you really didn't duplicate it.
Not really.
And which made things even more, I don't know,
Complicated.
interesting, actually. You know, but please, you guys, I put the link to that video down in the description. Go take a look at it. It's really good. It's not that long. What was it? 23 minutes or
27
something?
minutes.
Yeah.
27, yeah.
A
little bit longer one.
So it's real fast, but you're going to get to see, you know, some of these places, and it has a story. It has the encounter with it. So you're going to hear everything, what happened, who went missing, you know, who went to go check out the story. And then you see Brent, Tristan, and Cosmo out there trying to duplicate it, and they can't. So
Yeah,
it's interesting.
yeah, actually, yeah. So that lady Shirley Bauman, she went missing in 2020. I started helping the family in August of 2020, and so when I went up there, there was no road. It was only a single file, pretty much a little trail weaving through a bunch of overgrowth and stuff. So the road is there recent, but when I went there and got to her campsite, because where that cabin is now, which was just recently purchased after she went missing, but right where that cabin is exactly where her camp was, and so she's still missing. And it's really not a lot of places to go missing up there. There's two precarious creek crossings where it's like, you know, probably that's one of the more likely solutions, or a cougar grabbed her, or, you know, who knows what else. But yeah, it was a cool spot. We went and checked it out. We actually met the guy who owns the cabin. He's rarely there. It's just kind of like something he purchased because he's rich, pretty much. And he's the one who actually redid the road, and that's why the road looks like that. He just had a backhoe back there, like fixing the whole land and stuff, because he's still putting it all together. And so there is a gate at the very bottom of that whole area. So he's the only one with a key, and so he's the only one that drives up there. And so that's why the road looks really good. And as far as Bigfoot being there, I mean, I don't know. It's really hard to understand where the rock throws would have really came from, you know, as far as, you know, where the person was throwing them. I mean, as we saw, it's kind of hard to get them through the trees. And,
Yeah.
but, you know, as we saw later in the video, I mean, it's good habitat. I mean, shoot, if I was a Bigfoot, I would want to live there too. It's like nice, open, and it's beautiful. A lot of carpet moss.
A lot of mushrooms.
Yeah, and the
A lot
first
of
guy,
mushrooms.
the video of that first guy out there, his reactions seemed pretty, pretty legit, pretty authentic. Like he just seemed kind of like what I would do. I would freak out a little bit if I was by myself and that started happening,
Well, the thing that really kind of
Wasn't
stood out for me
outrageous.
is it's not a Bigfoot channel. It had nothing to do with Bigfoot.
Right,
He
right.
actually never said Bigfoot or even wrote Bigfoot anywhere. It was
Good
people
point,
telling
yeah.
him, "Hey, man, you had a Bigfoot experience," and it was my buddy Cosmo who it was recommended to him randomly, and so he's not even subscribed to the channel, but it was recommended to him randomly,
Cool.
and he watched it and sent it to me. I'm like, "Oh, geez, that's crazy."
Jen says, Brent, could the rock throws have come from the hillside between the roads? Seeing
The hill.
clearing the trees well from the upper road. Remember, I asked you that same question.
Oh yeah, so it's a switchback. So you have the upper road and lower road. The lower road is where the rocks started coming in, according to him. So we were in the video, we showed an area on the lower road where there were plenty of rocks, and it was difficult getting them through the trees. I suggested, maybe if you look behind that road, there's a little cliff area, not enough to knock rocks off over the road and, over into that guy's area. The cliff isn't that high, but maybe something up there, because it's a flat area up there. Maybe something up there, throwing it up over the trees, or something, getting it up where there's less, I don't know. There wasn't any pine cones or anything, because over the road, the canopy wasn't really, there's no real canopy, so there's no, and a lot of it was just moss covered. So it's just, pine cones are definitely out of the question. But yeah, maybe over the top thing, or, maybe rocks weren't really being thrown, and maybe he was just so scared because he was in the fight or flight, because he was in a situation that he thought was dangerous, and he interpreted what he thought was rock throwing as just, maybe him accidentally kicking up rocks, or, who knows, we hear it in the video. That's a strange thing, but I mean, I don't know. It's
that was a lot
also,
of sounds to me.
It was a lot of sounds, yeah. Well, I know he had said, like, there was, he thought like a tree was creaking behind him, and then all of a sudden he's like, now it's in front of me. I thought that was interesting when he said that too.
Yeah, which would probably indicate, if it's Bigfoot, it would have to be multiple. And I mean, I don't know. I do not think it was people, that's for sure. I don't think people were throwing rocks at him. It's just whatever.
And of course, it comes to either he was full of, crap, and he had a buddy out there throwing rocks to make it suspenseful. Because remember, I told you that was kind of scary looking. It was real ominous because of the fog, and then you hear the wind, and you hear this, I think is like a woodpecker in the background, and then you hear those cracks, and then you hear rocks throwing, and there was a lot going on in that short span of that video. And so it's either he was really scared and he was hearing stuff and wanted to get out of there, or he had a buddy out there helping him create that ambiance to scare, to,
little fog machine out there, up there in the cliffs.
Well, not the fog machine.
Hold on, man.
One thing I thought was cool, and for me was super realistic, is when he called out to it. He's like, hello, who's there? Whatever. I thought that was more realistic than like, oh, there he goes, or some bullshit like that. Way more realistic. And if you see somebody on 2 feet walking in front of you, I would kind of do the same thing. But hey, just keep call out. You wouldn't, is that a person or whatever? You're not going to be, I waited 10 years to see this. You're not going to say that. That's not going to happen. You're going to use your common sense. You're going to say something, call out to it, or, hey, who's there? Who's that?
Mountain Man says, like rocks fell from the hill.
Well, there was some rocks that fell from the hill over near that dude's cabin, but there's no way for a rock to end up on that lower road and be thrown, because there's no cliff above them that's high enough to make it over those trees or through the trees, let alone that. From where he's at, with the distance away from, like the potential of rocks flying over. I can see if there's like a cliff right next to him or something.
Yeah,
it wouldn't even be a question, but there's nothing like that right next to him on that lower road. So where they would have been coming from, if, again, if the rocks were actually being thrown, we've shown that it's on that upper road. It's really hard. Maybe the upper tier area, maybe, I don't know, maybe behind them, maybe, who knows?
But it didn't sound rolling to me. It sounded aloft. It sounded, it went through the trees and down. Because every time you guys threw it, you were hitting trees and limbs and
They
pinging
sucked,
off
man.
of things.
They're sucky Bigfoot people,
Not one
weren't
of them
they?
made it through the trees. I was like, how are they not
Oh.
throwing it through the trees?
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Brent,
what I was trying to get him to do in the video there as part of the demonstration to like, we need to try and recreate it, but
yeah.
uh I think that we probably should have gone maybe a little further up on they should have and thrown the rocks from different places up there because the
angles.
tree density changes as you're walking down the road there. So there's more open patches.
Right.
So in hindsight, it probably would have been a good idea to have him do it at different locations because when he stops and looks up there and says, hello, uh, that's down the road, I'd probably say about uh, 30 yards or so. And we weren't 30 yards, we were like 15 yards or so down. So I don't think I don't think we did a good enough job uh, as far as recreating, potential rock throws through the
Exact where
trees.
stuff was happening.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that mom says she went missing with no clues.
Yep. Yep. Pretty much
Cool.
her son dropped her off and she was 68 years old and she went out there by herself. It's something that she always wanted to do, is always like on her bucket list. Now, at the time, again, there was no road there, so it did not look like that. It was overgrown. It was, bushwhacking actually in some areas, and very brave that she actually went out there. And she, didn't come back. And so when search and rescue got deployed out there, they went there, found her camp, which is at that switchback, which is where the cabin is. And uh, oh,
Um,
doing the
Brent had told me
Cool.
earlier that he would have seen something standing in between that wooded area, in between the
yeah,
two roots.
the cameras I don't think really show it as well as far as how easily you can see how thin it is through there, how there's not a lot of foliage like you would associate in other areas that are around there. So there was no serious undergrowth that would allow something to hide in there and throw rocks or something like that.
So Mountain Man says when he walks, he kicks a few rocks that
Yeah,
you
see,
can
that's
hear
the other thing
bouncing.
is he could have he could have been so spooked out going through the fight or flight that he perceived rocks being thrown when he was actually probably kicking them up
Ooh,
himself. So that's always a potential as well. But again, we hear stuff like that. We hear, you can hear what sounds like coming through the trees and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
I
It's
scared myself that way on this last little outing. On my backpack, I have a little bitty tape measure, and my alarm here, and they were clicking together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I swore I was hearing something clicking up the way, but it was me. And it took me like 3 or 4 times before I realized, that that's what I was hearing, and it was
Yeah.
just echoing off of this cliffside. So it happens, you hear things different out there for sure.
Yeah, I sure do. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. But back to that lady. So, search and rescue went out there, spent 3,000 hours. Which really it didn't get a lot of attention. Really, it's in a it's in a remote area in a lake that on a trail that nobody ever goes to. Nobody ever goes on.
Hmm.
You look at historically on the hiking apps and stuff that we have here, like nobody ever goes on it, and rightfully so because it's like easily missed. We actually almost missed it the first time around the off trail there,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah. So, but when I was there, it was probably like a week or so after search and rescue ended their deployment, and they didn't grab all our stuff. So there's like stuff like clothes that are like were in the fire pit, but it didn't have a fire or like any sort of coals or anything. It was just like it was a really weird, really ominous situation actually of where she went missing, and so she and there's little sides, little creeks there, and so she had a couple of drinks cooling in there, just because it
Oh,
was a small flow of water, and they were left there, and I think if I remember right, she only took like her sunglasses. I think that was it. So she didn't even take all her gear.
It's weird.
That's kind of eerie.
Did you have her cell phone?
I can't remember if her cell phone was left at the camp or not. I don't recall exactly what all she took, but if I remember correctly, she didn't have enough to go do the Lake Blethen hike. Because the first creek crossing right there, it's actually I had to actually when I first went there, I had to go down a rope. It's like you go down like 20 feet or so.
Wow.
You have to shimmy down this rope because there's this old log bridge that obviously fell apart and it just kind of crumbled into this crevasse area. So you got to like shimmy down, and then
Wow.
at that time the creek would have been flowing a lot harder. So she would have had to have crossed that creek and then shimmy up the other side. Now the second creek crossing is a little bit more precarious, and you can easily get swept over the side. There's actually videos, I think, on YouTube of showing people of how sketchy the second creek passing is.
Wow.
So likely, if anything, it's likely that she went over the edge on one of those areas there.
Maybe.
And,
Yeah.
because
Weird. That's
she was
crazy.
older, probably didn't have the strength maybe to
What
wade
if
through
you would
some
have
of those
run into
areas.
her bones down there? How long ago was this? You said
2020. Yeah. Yeah. I actually, I want to get a drone, like a really nice drone. And that's actually one of the first places I want to take it is go check some of those creek drainage areas right there.
yeah.
That's a good
And
spot. Yeah.
yeah, because she doesn't get the attention like some of these other hikers get. In fact, I was surprised that somebody made a video about it because like literally nobody really, knows about it. There's so many people that go missing per year that some people you just, never hear about, or never have their story
Mhm.
told.
Well, we
Yeah.
saw that area. One, crack of your ankle and you're down. How are you going to get out of that? That's
Yeah.
really makes
So
you
I think,
think not to go out on your own, especially
um,
someone like me who's not fit to do that stuff by themselves, or uh, it's just dangerous. Anything can happen to anybody.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Sure.
bet mom, I don't think it was a homeless person or anything. This is a pretty remote area. It's really far back there, like really far away from civilization, pretty much. You got some little podunk towns like North Bend and stuff, but uh, you know, um, yeah, I don't think um, there's a homeless person or anything.
Right, right, Jay. If you
Yeah,
fell off of one of those cliffs, they wouldn't find you. It's just too steep and
and I
overgrown.
don't And I don't know if there was if there was a drone activity that was used on her search. So this is Eric. You might know more about this because there's an issue that the family was trying to get the information that search and rescue collected, and so uh, I was like saying, "Hey, can you go talk to them? Try and get all this information so we can better formulate a plan and stuff." And it was like she couldn't get the information. It was like impossible for her. And
Mhm.
I haven't followed up or anything, but that's one of the biggest issues with like search and rescue and recovery is the information that gets passed on to the people doing the searches and stuff, the additional searching for the families and stuff. And I guess I don't even know if you can do a FOIA request for all the details and information that's collected during a search, like GPS tags and
Yeah.
locations, drone footage, even.
You
I
should
don't
be
know.
able to FOIA request it. The only thing is, you wouldn't be able to obtain that through using her name, unless you are the family. The family has the ability to do that. They can FOIA
Yeah,
pretty much everything about her now that she's, fortunately, possibly deceased. Uh, hopefully not, but they do have the ability to do that. They can request those records from search and rescue. It would be easier for them, being a family, to do that. Yeah, yeah, that shouldn't be. It's weird that they're not getting that information. I'm wondering, are they using somebody, or do you know if they're doing it themselves or anything like that?
They were doing it themselves, so it's the
They were
family.
themselves like
Yeah,
that, yeah.
I haven't talked to them in many years, so I don't know if they
Gotcha.
eventually got it, or
And if
I
it
don't think
was
that they did.
2020, there was a lot of stuff going on at that time, so it was really hard to get any info around that time.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You know, it's just I noticed that there's a big communication issue on you know, search and rescue.
yeah,
You know, supplying that additional information at will in a way that is easily you know, processed and, you know, utilized
sure.
in other ways. I think there's a really big disconnect issue there.
Oh, you're
Anyway,
right. Yeah.
so yeah, so no Bigfoot on that trip. That was a bummer. Kind of hoping Bigfoot would throw a rock at me. Bam! I'll take one for
How
the
many
team. I'll do it.
how many days apart were that video taken, the original one, and when you guys went out there? How far apart was that?
I think probably like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah. It
That's pretty
was.
close. Yeah.
I think the video is 8 or 9 days old now. The original
Gotcha.
source video. It's like 9 or
Okay.
10 days old, I think.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know something.
Maybe reach out
Thank
to the guy. If you know that guy, he's in the area. Reach out to him. See, hey, you know, we had any other experiences while he was out there?
Yeah, yeah.
See what
I
he
saw
says.
Bigfoot. Did you saw Bigfoot out there? I had Tristan and Cosmo out there with me. Great people to have out there. Good team. Willing to brave and go anywhere.
Jerry's asking when you're going up to BC, Brent.
Oh, I really hope to go soon. I don't even know. Because honestly, my whole Bigfooting thing is going to get restricted here a lot soon, so I'm not going to have really much time for it. But that's why I'm going to try and push out that North Cascade video, and yeah, because I got some stuff I got to do now. Stuff. So yeah.
So
Yeah. So
now
hopefully soon. I don't know. It kind of depends. Kind of depends on things, but I definitely want to get up there like sooner than later. Like really sooner than later. I don't know.
it's starting to get cold.
It is. Maybe next week.
Right.
Maybe next weekend. I don't know. Get everybody
I
together.
wanted
The whole team together.
to go up to the mountains too, but they were already getting into the 30s up on the mountain, and I can do one night in the truck, but man, it's not very comfortable in the back of the truck. So I got me a new tent coming and a little heater, so hopefully I can use that at least a couple of times when it comes in. Yeah, it's just too cold up there. You know, you're just freaking 30s at night. It's just freezing. It's nice during the day. Yeah, it's freaking freezing.
It's like 95 here.
Well, here, yeah, we were in the hundreds. I fixed the back fire pit so that I wanted to had an idea about doing fireside chats out there.
Cool. Yeah.
But it's still 100 degrees.
Yeah.
I want to be out there when it's 90, you know, with the mosquitoes still biting me. So it has to cool down a little bit before I start doing that. And but yeah, so hopefully, because had to get a smaller tent. I can't put up my big cabin tent. I love my big cabin tent, but it needs at least 2 people to do that. And I need something I can do by myself. But,
did you get one of those 30-second or 60-second tents like the one I got?
Yeah.
Just kind of pulled it up, like boom,
kind of
boom,
pops
bam,
up.
bam, bam.
Yeah, this one
those.
is the cabin style, not the round, but it goes up because it's 68 inches. I think from bottom to inside, bottom, top is 68 inches.
It's got a floor on it, right?
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because the inside even has pockets all along the sides, and it has places to hang lanterns and stuff. It's really
yeah.
I think it's probably similar to the one that I got. It's considered a cabin tent. It's got that little screen in front there.
This one doesn't have the screen in front, though. It doesn't have a little foyer thing, which I find totally annoying anyway. So I don't know.
Same here. I mean, unless you're like really, really short, you know. being tall and getting into that thing. It's
I'm
just
really
always
short,
getting
but
caught.
it still was annoying to undo this one and then undo the next one getting in.
Yeah.
You know, when you're tired at night, you just want to get in there, and it's a pain. But I do not want to be like. I am appreciative of Mike and that tent he let me borrow up there in BC, but that was not my style of tent. You know, it was a small tent that I had to crouch into every night, and it worked. Once I was in there, was able to put the cot in there, so that was good. But yeah, no, I got me something I can stand up in. You wouldn't be able to stand up in it, but I can stand up in it. And so that's good.
Funny story. When we were out there in BC, and we had it, we got there, and I put my tent up, and like I was stepping out of my tent, and my foot got caught, and I face planted straight down. Like that was like my first real experience up there with a nice face plant. So you got to watch out for those tents.
You didn't tell me that.
I didn't tell anybody. I was so embarrassed. I'm like, geez, I hope nobody saw me. That was embarrassing.
I was telling everybody I fell, and I still haven't looked at that footage. And I know you have falling. Do you have me falling?
Oh yeah, you got to post that.
I don't have a picture of you falling, or video of you falling. I looked. Yeah, right after you though. Which yeah.
It was funny. I was laughing when it was happening. I was laughing because I was stuck. My foot was stuck in a hole. Slow motion.
I saw
yeah,
that,
I know. It was like
that,
slow motion.
Doc
I was like,
you did that. Well, I saw the doc, and that trip looked like a lot of fun, a good time, and you very well edited. It was really good, man. I enjoyed it, and man, can we get some more Steenberg on stuff? Like he's awesome.
I know,
that
man.
dude is so great. We need to get him on some more stuff. Like voice of reason. Seriously.
Yeah. Same with Jerry too. Yes. I got a long interview I need to edit out with Jerry as well.
Oh, but I was loving it. I was like, man, this guy's freaking awesome. He needs to, yeah.
Oh yeah, he is, man.
He needs to get out there.
Like the original OG.
Seriously, man. Yeah.
Wide.
I enjoyed it. It was good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I don't think mine
took forever.
That wide.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure. Yeah.
I haven't even started the North Cascade one. It's like such a pain. Such a pain.
I still have stuff that I could put out probably from BC too, but you just get over it after a little while. You're like, move on to the next thing, know. And
I know I missed my own premiere of the video. I'm like,
yeah, you did. I'm like,
I ditched my own premiere.
It went really well, just so you know.
I was busy though. Yeah, some excuse.
Hatchback. Yeah, Jen, I was looking at those, but my thing to put it on the truck, they have some really great ones, but I put all my shit in the back of my truck. So that means you have to unload everything, then put the tent up to have you a tent up in the back. That's like too much work for me. I don't want to do all that, just to be safe.
That's what I got. I got a pickup truck tent. Thing's awesome.
Yeah, you like it?
Oh, it's freaking great. Oh,
you don't mind taking all your stuff out and then...
I mean, I don't go with a ton of stuff when I go, just the necessities.
I do. But for my use, I use everything I take, though. I have to say, I've used everything I ever take. I use it. So, but I didn't mind doing an overnighter in the back of the cab because I have one of those mattresses that go specifically in the back of your truck cab. Oh. It's just not, I can't sleep well in it and it's cold. So, and I didn't want to wake everybody up.
Being very comfortable.
The what?
Can't imagine that being very comfortable.
It wasn't bad, I almost fit all the way in. My legs were a little bit not all the way straight, but it was just, I turn a lot and it was, that was my thing. I just didn't feel that comfortable, but it was okay for an overnighter. That way you don't have to put up a tent. You just jump in the back, and I set it up here at the house. So it's ready to go. As soon as I get there, it's already set up. So it's okay for those overnight trips. But if I do any more than that, yeah, I'm putting up the tent and my wonderful cot because I have a really good cot. So
Yeah, we did that with Tristan. I think a few weeks ago. Did car camping. A little too cold at night. It's like just
Getting
as easy
cold.
to car camp. Yeah, car
I
camp.
didn't want to wake
Bad
everybody up
boy.
by getting into, and turning the truck on because my truck's really loud, and waking everybody up just so I could warm up the cab a little bit.
Yeah.
And to boot in the morning, I had locked the door. I didn't double lock it so that it wouldn't be alarmed, but I locked it one lock. Because, you see bears and they open the freaking door. Okay. So I didn't want nobody opening the door. And I left the key out right there by the window. In the morning, the cold got to my fob because it didn't work. My fob didn't work. And I thought if I just open the door, it's going to do the, start shooting an alarm off. Oh, and the only way to turn it off is to jump into the seat and put the, actually start the truck. So I was stuck in there and I'm sitting there trying to warm the fob up, blowing on it. And it worked. It actually warmed it up enough to I finally unlocked myself out of my own truck. So next time I'll have to wrap it up in something so I don't lose the battery power on the fob. That's how cold it was out there in the morning. Sleep in the truck works best. Screw the tent. I slept like a baby in Arizona. Yeah, it was nice in Arizona. You guys didn't even see my tent, Jay. We put the tent up, stayed 3 days, and took the tent down before you even got there. I put two air mattresses on top of each other. I don't know. What else do I have? Oh, okay. You guys know Lazy Cowboy. I know some of you know who Lazy Cowboy is. It's Ed. He has a great channel. And if you are a little bit of a skeptic, a critical thinker, you guys have to go and sub his channel right now, okay? Because he has got a video coming out that is going to blow your mind. And I got a preview of it today, and it is amazing. And you need to be subbed to it because he's going to premiere it on, it has to do with the PNG film, okay? And so he's going to release it on the anniversary, October 20th, which is like 2 Mondays from now. And so you have to do this, please. I put his link down in the description. Go sub to him. Be ready for this because it is going, man, we have to send that straight to Gatewood and to MK Davis when it comes out because it's going to be amazing.
Now you're trolling.
Yeah. He's agreed to come on the show and to talk about it and how he did it.
Awesome.
But I want his to drop first. So as soon as that is, we're going to work something out. He is in the UK. So we may not do it as a Sunday show. It may be some other day. I'm going to make myself available to his schedule and we'll make it happen. So you guys have to go watch. The Junk Creek is the one that's sitting right there. Go watch that one too. You guys are going to love his stuff. And I don't know if he convinced me PNG was real or if he convinced me PNG is not real. That's how good this is. It makes you think so much about some stuff that, but I can play you the preview. So let's see if I can pull up the premiere. Share screen. Here we go.
So everybody subscribed, right? To this channel?
Yeah, go ahead and subscribe. Yeah, I'm going to have to after this.
Okay, here we go.
Very cool. Very cool.
that is a teaser. Okay. He's going to show you how he did it, what he did to come up.
This crazy realistic footage has not
that guy. Get him off of there. It's gonna be really neat when you see how he did everything.
That looked familiar. Did you post about it, or maybe I'd seen him post about it or something?
He already put it out there.
Okay.
That premiere has been out for a little while, and so it is
when
out
I saw
there.
that, I was like, oh man, that's very interesting. It's like he created a VR scope. That's pretty
how
cool.
he gets to that, it's convincing that he's got the right area and where he got the information from, and it's gonna be, it's gonna blow the Gatewood theory that that's not the right area out of the water. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna blow it out of the water. So
very interesting.
Please be prepared for that, and then we'll get him on here and talk about it. We'll talk about how he did it and what he does, and the October 20th is when he's going to do that. So be prepared for Bigfoot Patty's point of view and how he does it. It's amazing. I want to know. I mean, it's talent. He's got a lot of talent on how he came up. Even blows Thinker, whatever his name is, out of the water. You really need to go watch his channel, because he disproves a lot of those measurements that he comes up with.
Yeah. Apparently it's called pDNA. So that's not real. That's
that
not
whole
real.
thing
that is
going to be amazing.
Unbelievable.
So I'm kind of excited for that. That'll be coming up.
Very cool. Yeah.
And see how that comes in. Thank you, Jen, for dropping that link. She's got the link out there for you to hit, and be ready. Go look at his stuff. He only has how many? Oh, that one doesn't say. He doesn't have that many videos out, so we need to encourage him seriously to do more of this stuff. And
get him to do one for the free then.
Oh yeah, he should. There's enough info there that I think he can do it too. So, but he's focused. He's done a lot of his stuff on the PNG film.
Very cool.
Because there's a lot to do there, right? We have more and more information about the site and stuff like that. So, this was a fun little thing that took me like forever to find the deer. You guys can screenshot this, whatever you want right now, and then try to find the deer, because it took me forever. And I don't know why it took me forever, because now I see it, but dang.
I suck at these. I'm never going to be able to find it.
Yeah, because you don't have the perspective, right? You don't know if you're looking for something big or tiny or what in the photo. True. And that screws me up every time.
Yeah.
Where did I find this? I can't even remember where I found this, but if you guys have seen this, let me know how long it took you to find the deer. There is a mule deer in that photo right there. But it was fun either way. Let's see. Before we're done, a shout out to Pat Squatch Talk in Georgia and Julia Monster Radio on North Carolina's. Thinking about you guys, friends, my friends. Yes, we are thinking about all our friends in these areas that are getting hit by the storms. Stay safe out there. What? You found Waldo?
Not me.
What do you got coming up, Eric? Sorry.
Yeah, I got a couple things coming up. I'm going to be dropping the series that I've been working on, and I'm trying to make it a little official here. I've got some really interesting documentation recently, and I might use this to kick off the first episode of that series. But Very, very interesting stuff about Tom Slick, actually.
Oh,
Oh, really?
It's yeah. I mean, it's yeah. Pretty hardcore. I mean, it literally says at the top of the thing that's from the three-letter agency, and it says that they had 50 people infiltrate Slick Airways, which was his airplane company at the time, his air service company. And their goals were to, it says like in letters and everything, sabotage, create intel, like all this stuff. It's like wild stuff, and I don't think anybody's ever seen it
Whoa.
before. So it's
I've never
it's
Wow.
seen the
really interesting. No, it's really interesting stuff. I mean, heavily redacted. There's about 35 pages. There was 49 in total. They could only give me 35. So these guys, the
Wow.
government, quote unquote, was really interested in whatever he was doing, which was like crazy. Yeah.
Oh man, wait until the big that guy those guys who want you to steal your
Oh,
content.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're gonna have a fit.
They wouldn't have been able to find this, but no, it's really eye-opening stuff, and I wasn't really looking for what I found, which was kind of crazy how it fell into my lap. But yeah, so I'm gonna be working on a couple videos for that, and some other stuff that I've had for a little while. So yeah, gonna be pretty interesting, I think.
That sounds cool. Henry says today is
Yeah.
62 years since Tom
Oh
Slick
wow,
was-
are you serious? Wow, that's like kind of serendipitous.
Wow.
Didn't he die in a helicopter accident or a plane accident?
He did, yeah. Which I mean, that's kind of interesting. Once you have documentation literally saying that they were trying to sabotage like Slick Airways, that's pretty hardcore.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, man! Watch your back. Watch your back, buddy.
It took, you know how long it took for me to get this stuff? It took
Watch
over
your
6 months to
back.
get this stuff. Like it was insane. That's like the longest I've ever waited. And a bunch of stuff they sent me I couldn't open without like a special token. It was wow. I've never had to do that before. So yeah.
Trackway saying, who's Tom Slick again? Besides a Hanna-Barbera character?
You're talking about wacky races? Don't you talk about Hanna-Barbera with me. I'm a huge Hanna-Barbera fan. Hanna-Barbera over Disney for sure.
The deer is at the bottom near the middle. That's not where the deer I saw is not near the bottom. Unless there's two. Somebody was saying there were two, so maybe you found the second one. Ooh. I only found one.
Maybe
there's a baby we can enhance.
Nice.
Oh my
Put a QR code on the screen. Take you to it.
It's good stuff.
The Yeti hand. Oh, they're trying to remind Trackway.
Yeah, that was he was. I mean, Tom Slick was like Elon Musk mixed with Howard Hughes on crack. Like he was. Well, I shouldn't say on crack, on steroids. I'll say that. Yeah, he was a really interesting guy.
So
Yeah, I really don't know too much about him, so it'd be cool to kind of check out your video.
Oh, dude, I didn't really know too much until I started doing some digging, and it's wild some of the stuff he was into, man, and some of the foundations that exist because of him. Like, there's this one. I'll give you an example. There's I believe it's a nonprofit that it's called Mind Science, and they actually try to find I don't want to say paranormal, but other weird stuff like I guess it would fall under the paranormal. But they give out a grant every year, and it's a couple thousands of dollars.
Oh, wow.
And it was founded by Tom Slick. Yeah, so kind of mystic, weird stuff. Interesting, though. Really interesting.
No, Batmom. Well, like I said, if you're seeing one, I only know where one is, and those two, upper left and bottom, isn't where I saw one. But once I saw this one, now it's like sticks out. That's about all I have today, guys. I mean, we talked about the whole path forward, right? they're trying to promote dialogues, but it takes two to tango. We have to talk from both sides. So I don't know if that'll ever happen. You know, if people are willing to critically think without immediately resorting to trolling accusations, or understanding that this is still a mystery, you know, for all of us. There is no hardcore evidence of any kind, and everything's pretty subjective and speculative at this point. So we should be able to talk about it either way, and any side.
Agreed.
Warning tomorrow night. What? Fair warning tomorrow night. Far from normal. What are you talking about?
So live stream you're doing?
The what? Live stream.
So you're doing live stream?
Fair warning tomorrow night. Far from normal. That's what he said. I don't know.
How weird is that? It is the
And
anniversary
Kaiju
of Tom Slick's death. So crazy.
to launch a platypus expedition.
For real, huh? Talk about coincidence.
Wow, I had no idea. That's insane.
Yeah, the small phone. I had to have it on my computer to find it. I couldn't see it off my phone either. So
yeah, I can't see shit.
Anyway.
I can't. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. I suck at these. I can never find it.
It's okay. It was just something fun because it had been tormenting me for forever. But that's all I got, guys. Anything from you, Brent? Brento? Other than putting out a lot of stuff that we have to wait for.
I know, huh? It's like waiting for a new Tool album or something. No, yeah, I'll probably work on that North Cascade thing. I'll try and get up there, see Jerry and Thomas and all them.
And don't forget your stuff. You have like stuff up there. You have.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you have a pad.
Oh yeah.
A sleep pad and a camera thing. What do you call it?
Tripod?
Oh, tripod?
Tripod, yes.
Oh.
Missing one? Huh. You have so many, you don't even know.
I have so many, yeah.
I got
just bought a new one too, so didn't even know
Thomas
it was missing, really.
Now they're yours, Thomas, if you're listening.
He can have it. He can have them both too, actually, because I have a lot of sleeping mats like that, sleeping pads, camping pads. So yeah, Thomas, if you're out there watching, it's all you, buddy. You have both.
Yeah, but you have to go get them, because how are you going to see all the millions shit he has?
Yeah, I know. It's like a
look
trip
at
upon itself to go.
Yeah, his casting thing. He's got a whole cast box inside his kitchen.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
And just, I don't know, 6 or 7 filing cabinets full of incident reports, and it's just so much stuff.
No, he's
people
amazing,
need to see it.
He's an amazing historian, investigator. That's true treasure to the subject, really. I mean, the information he's collected, the stances he's had, and it's good person to look up to in the subject.
It is. But you guys, I think we're going to go ahead and bring it to an end. And don't forget to head over to Squatch DTV. He'll be having his show tonight. And thank you again. Make sure you hit that like button for me, please. Thank you for supporting me in the channel. And I shall see you guys in the next chat.